Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the Force Feed, the show where I keep you up to date on all the most recent gaming news and announcements. It is Friday, December 16th, and today we will be discussing some newly released trailers, and new gameplay modes for Modern Warfare 3, a modification for Skyrim players of the PC that will allow you to play with other people, and then lastly, the ending of one Star Wars game to usher in the beginning of the next. I Am Alive saw a new trailer today. In this trailer, we get some tips and hints as to how to survive in this post-apocalyptic world. Now, I Am Alive is shaping up to be what looks like a very interesting survival game in which you take your character and just try to make it through the world. They give tips such as carrying a map with you, which seems pretty obvious, as well as not breathing in the dust. It does appear like there's this omnipresent dust in the air that's actually harmful to your character, and you try to make your way through the city and survive while not breathing in too much of it. In fact, one of the tips in the game is to actually just make it up above the dust line into a more breathable air. Now, the game is shaping up to be more and more interesting as we get more information about it, and again, obviously, as I've stated in the past, it's something that I'm looking forward to eventually seeing. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, be sure to take a look at the video description below. We've also received a new trailer for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and this is actually going to go into some specifications when it comes to class building and the various types of abilities that you can use for your characters. Now, one of the major driving points behind Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is going to be the combat, and within that, the various choices that you have, essentially making your character and molding them to be whatever you want. Character development is very important in this game, and in this new trailer, they try to highlight that by showing off the various types of combat options that a player has. Now, the game is scheduled to release on February 17th, and that is just around the corner. So if you are interested in the game, be sure to take a look at this trailer to find out more about what you are going to be able to do with your characters. Modern Warfare 3 has added some new playlist as well as gameplay modes to the game. Now, the new gameplay modes are going to include a drop zone mode as well as a hardcore ricochet mode and a hardcore headquarters ricochet mode. So Modern Warfare 3 players have some new tools when it comes to multiplayer gameplay and some new things to try out. If you haven't taken a look at it yet, go ahead and log into your accounts. And it does appear like finally, multiplayer in Skyrim is going to be an option. There was a mod recently released, and with this mod, you can actually view and chat with other characters in the game also playing Skyrim. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work. I'm assuming that everyone logs into the same server. Now, this is still in the alpha phase, very, very basic, and we'll take a look at a video kind of showcasing some of this mod here. But basically, at the moment, you can see and chat with other players. However, there are no character animations for those other players, and they are also set to the default prisoner model, so you're not going to see anyone else's gear or anything else that they're using, anything like that. But this is a step in a pretty awesome and exciting direction. I mean, this is why I'm a PC gamer. Modifications that people can add to games, to add a multiplayer mode to a single player game, that is phenomenal. My only question about this is this something that Bethesda maybe should have done from the get-go? I mean, should there have been a multiplayer in Skyrim? Clearly, there's at least some portion of the player base who wants this, if they're going as far as to implementing this through mods, which, I mean, Lord knows how difficult and how much work that is going to be. I'm excited to keep an eye on this mod and see how it progresses through the alpha phase into beta and the eventual release of the mod, and I'm interested to see how in-depth it's going to be. I mean, right now you can view and chat to other players, but will we actually be able to go through combat with other players? Are they going to share the same world as us? Can we fight and go through specific dungeons with each other? I mean, that is a really exciting prospect, and this alone could get more people to buy the game, just this mod by itself. Adding multiplayer, I know, is a huge thing for a lot of players. Myself in particular, I really much prefer multiplayer games to single player games. I like playing games with my friends. That's one of the main reasons I play to begin with, is to, you know, people that you don't necessarily live by anymore, still being able to keep in touch with them. Multiplayer is a huge benefit to that there. So anyways, it's pretty interesting, and again, I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to progress. What I would like to know from you guys, though, is clearly multiplayer is something that people really enjoy in gaming. Do you think that the single player style of games such as Skyrim should actually incorporate this at the launch of the game, or should we have to wait and rely for modders? And then what does that mean for console gamers who don't actually have access to these types of mods? We are going to be ending one Star Wars saga to kick off the next. As you all know, Star Wars The Old Republic is set to launch this week, and actually it does have the early access that's going on this week. Many players have already gotten into their accounts early through pre-ordering the game. But with that said, Star Wars Galaxies came to an end. Just last night, after 8 years of running, they have officially shut down the game. It is no longer going to be accessible. Now, this was stated as a mutual business decision with LucasArts, so it's not like Star Wars Galaxies closed because they were forced to. At least that's what they're saying. Who knows, really? Truth is, it's not very likely that they would be able to compete with Star Wars The Old Republic. Given the fact that it is a newer game and lots of people are excited to play it, it is very unlikely that Star Wars Galaxies would have seen much more continuation and much more of a player base. Now, something I am wondering is you look at a game like this, an MMO specifically, they do shut down eventually, and that leaves you to wonder. I mean, people spend so much time and they invest so much energy in these games, building up these characters and everything like that, just to have the game shut down and no longer have access to them. Whereas with single player games, if you build up a character and you're playing the game consistently, you don't really ever lose that. But with games like MMOs, the threat or the possibility of losing your characters, I mean, that seems pretty frightening for a lot of people who do invest a lot of time in it. Do you guys think that they should try to continue going as long as it proves to still be somewhat not lucrative, but if they're still making a profit, should they try to keep these servers up? I mean, I'm assuming that one of the major reasons they are actually closing them down is because they're probably not making a lot of money off of it. But again, what does that mean to the players who have invested a lot of time and energy in it? Alright guys, that is going to do it for this episode of the Force Feed. Stay tuned next Monday for another episode keeping you up to date on all the most recent gaming news and announcements. I'm sure you will have noticed I didn't actually add a question of the day. I'm just going to be trying to pepper in questions throughout the episode and have you guys respond to the ones that you're interested in, because I know a lot of times I ask a question and some people are like, I don't even really care about that. So just respond and basically comment on the things that you're interested in within the episode. Thanks so much guys. Again, this has been Force and you have just been Force Fed.